Okay, so I watched over the weekend Terminator Zero, and I was like, today, let's do a ranking. I think there's enough in the Terminator franchise to do like a ranking. I'm not gonna include video games, just because I didn't play all of them. I played, I think what's called Down the Fate, which I liked. That game was good. I didn't play Terminator Resistance. Well, I played a little bit. I thought it was a little bit too easy. Maybe I'll get back to it. I don't know. I bought it. So we'll see if I ever get back to it. But yeah, that's why I'm not going to include video games. So, at number 8, bottom of the barrel, Terminator Dark Fate. I just thought that movie was boring. That's what it was to me. It was boring. The acting is great. Everybody's doing a great job, especially the blonde girl. I don't remember her name. I think it's Grace. Uh, I, or it was her name in the movie, right? Anyway, Gabriel Luna did great job. I don't remember the name of the new John Connor, air quotes. Um, but yeah, it was fun to see Linda Hamilton back. But yeah, for me it was boring. The action was good, but nothing we haven't seen before. And yeah, I I wish the I thought the beginning was, if they had built on that, it would have been a better movie. What I mean by that is, never mind the Rev 9, although it was cool. Never mind Legion. I think what I would have loved better is Sarah Connor dealing with the leftovers. What I mean by that is, let's say, well, we saw Skynet sent a bunch of Terminator, not only to kill John Connor, but like maybe his generals and all of that, because we saw the second Terminator finally was able to kill John Connor. It would have been interesting, I think, for everybody to see uh, other Terminators trying to kill generals, try to do other tasks than killing John Connor, and see Sarah Connor deal with them. I thought, I think it would have been a better movie. Maybe not. I don't know. But for me, Dark Fate was just plain boring. That's all it was. Number 7, Genesis. I know. This movie sucks. Okay? It sucks so hard. But the thing is, I had fun with it. I laughed. This movie made me laugh. Maybe for all the wrong reason, but it still made me laugh. I'll say one thing: the scenes in the future and past were good. I love the scenes the scenes in the future. I loved the scenes in the past in 1984. I thought those were good. And then they go to the future 2017, I think, and it all goes downhill from there. Yeah, the third act, they sucked, but they made me laugh. Again, maybe for all the wrong reasons, but it made me laugh. So made me feel. I guess it made me feel more than Dark Fate, that because I didn't. I what I thought about Dark Fate was boring. At least this one got something out of me. The only thing I would say is the company that cut the trailer. I hope they revised how they work, or I don't know, man, because they spoiled a lot of things in that trailer, and not like little things. They spoiled big stuff in the trailer, like John Connor now a Terminator, and he's trying to kill his parents. That wasn't the trailer. That was stupid as hell. Moving on. Number 6, Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines. At this point, we only had Terminator 1 and 2. And those were amazing. Perfect movies for what they are. And then this joke came in. I still put it above Genesis and Dark Fate, but I'm like, okay, they're not taking that franchise seriously anymore. Um, a lot of retcons to justify its own existence, which I didn't like. I didn't like the fact that, oh, it wasn't Miles Dyson the key, it was the general. I didn't like in this movie. I didn't like the character of what was her name, Catherine Brewster. I didn't like this character. I didn't like the portrayal of John Connor in this movie. A lot of things I didn't like. I would say the end is good though. The end was ballsy. So, but yeah, that movie overall, bottom of the barrel. Well, it's right there. Anyway, moving on. Number 5, Terminator Zero. Um, I liked it. I thought though it for me how I felt about it, it was very slow. The scenes again in the future were good. I love those scenes. Well, when they get back to the past, I'm like, it's too slow, and I don't know. I thought like I love the Terminator franchise. I love it. I thought I would watch this thing in one sitting, but I watched 2 episodes. I'm like, you know what? I'm good for now. Came back Saturday. I watched another 2 or 3 episodes. I was like, you know what? I'm good. I'm done. Sorry. And then I watched the rest Sunday. Overall, I liked it. I loved the end more than the rest of the series. I think I loved the last 2 episodes. Love those episodes, but everything that came before, I don't know. To me, was very disposable. A couple of things, important things that happened in those episodes, but I felt like this thing could have been like a 4 episodes miniseries. But anyway, the animation is great though. I love the animations. Um, Something that happens in the end, and it's the writers, producers, and all that banking on having a second season. We'll see if that happens, but I don't know. But I liked it overall. Just not my favorite Terminator thing. Let's move on to number 4, Terminator Salvation. I love this movie more than most because to me it's wildly different than the rest of the Terminator movies. It's all in the future. There's no time travel, although the characters are aware there is time travel. That time travel happened. John Connor, of course, he's aware of it because he's been through it. Catherine Brewster, which I like that character in that movie. She's not there for a lot of things, but she's there, like the character in that one. Um, Skynet is aware that it in the future, it tried time travel, it didn't work. So it's trying other things. It's trying the Marcus Wright route, having a Terminator that is not aware that it's a Terminator, infiltrating the what they call it, the rebels or whatever, TechCom. And also I like the fact that it's still very much the beginning of the war, and John Connor is not the boss. He's basically a grunt in that movie. He has bosses. Certain people are following him, what he says, because it looks like he knows the future and they see him as a messiah, but still, it's not, knowing those things is not enough to move up in the hierarchy. He's not a general, he's a grunt, and it's a beginning. Probably if we have gotten like sequels to that movie, we would have seen him going further up, but that's the only one we got. Sucks, but anyway. Number 3, The Sarah Connor Chronicles. I love that show. I love it so much, especially the first season. That show was great. Uh, it shows also that Skynet is a lot smarter. Sorry, I can't speak right now. Is a lot smarter than we think. That makes sense, because in the movies, the only thing we saw him do so far, sorry, is just going after John Connor. And then in the third one, well, we couldn't find you, so we're sending a Terminator to kill your generals. So that was a smart move, also. Let's be honest. But in this, we saw Terminators stockpiling materials, weapons for the future war. We also see, again, Terminators that are tasked with killing generals. Of course, if they see John Connor, they're not gonna be like, well, it's not our job. So no, it's still their prime directive. But the second directive is to stockpiling, killing, not only John Connor, just doing other jobs, except for Cromartie. Cromartie, that's his job to track John Connor. And yeah, everything that's happening in the show, like there's a lot in second season. It's a lot of fillers. Maybe I would have loved a shorter season for season 2. Although everything is great, I think maybe if the season 2 was only 12 or 13 episodes, maybe it would have gotten a season 3. But it's not only that killed the show. A lot of things killed the show, but the viewership went down and down and down and down and down. So maybe having a shorter season would have helped a little bit. Not much, but maybe a little bit. That's my... Anyway, I love that show. That show was great. A lot of philosophical... Oh, sorry, I can't speak right now. A lot of spiritual stuff. I can't say the other word. I'm sorry. Happening, like, that makes you think. I don't remember the agent, the FBI guy. Damn it. I love this character. I think he was a nice addition to the lore and all that. But yeah, it's great. If you can watch it, if you can find it on a streaming service, you should watch it, but I don't think you can, because it's not on any streaming service that I'm aware of. It's not on any of them. Luckily, I have the Blu-rays. Thank God for physical media. I think you can buy it on iTunes, but anyway. Okay, number 2. The very first Terminator. This movie is great for what it is. It is a sci-fi horror. I love this movie. Depending on how I feel, this one's my favorite, and then you know which one it would be my favorite instead of this one. Some would say that it didn't age well. Well, you have to put yourself in the mindset that this movie was made in 1984. What James Cameron, Stan Winston, and all the other makeup artists did, special effects guy, did for that movie for a very, very low budget, even at the time, is amazing. Um, some people today would make a lot worse with the same budget. It's uh, it's a it's a perfect movie for what it is. And of course, number one, Terminator 2, one of the greatest action movie of all time, sci-fi action. Uh, it has a lot of, I think it has a lot of heart. It builds on the foundation laid by Terminator 1, unlike Terminator 3, where it had to do a lot of retcons to justify its own existence. This one builds on top of Terminator 1, which makes it great. It's, I don't know, I would call it like a natural sequel. Like it just, it flows. Those two movies together, it just flows perfectly. Like, I don't know how else to say it. Again, one of the greatest sci-fi action movie of all time. A lot of my with at least two of my friends, we argue like are we argue not about Alien or Aliens 2 or Terminator 2. We argue about Aliens and Terminator 2. That's what we argue about. For me personally, it's Terminator 2. Um, Sarah Connor again. The addition of John Connor. Uh, just having that relationship is great. I love, honestly. I have the Blu-ray edition where you can watch either the theatrical or the extended cut. I prefer the theatrical, honestly. Uh, Maybe there's a couple of things from the extended cut they could have left in, but other things, although like the scene with the chip is great, I love it, but I can't do without it. I prefer whatever happens in the first one. Like they didn't need to switch the chip or whatever. A- Any of that, I prefer the theatrical cut. Anyway, that's my ranking. Um, and yeah, what's yours? Honestly, I don't think anybody would argue with the two top spots. It's everything that come after. Like, where do you put the Sarah Connor? Sorry, I can't speak right now. Where do you put the Sarah Connor Chronicles? Where do you put Terminator Zero? Do you put Dark Fate above Genesis? Above Rise of the Machine, Salvation? Where do you put it? No judgment. It's your choice. It's how you feel about things. Just let me know where you put it. Anyway, see you guys next time.